Nation, and with me today is Scott Cosenza, our legal affairs editor, and Scott has written a rather interesting article on Lois Lerner. Now, Scott, I was having a conversation the other night and someone said, who is Lois Lerner? So can you give us a brief sketch about who this woman is, and then we'll talk about what's at issue.
So Lois Lerner is the IRS employee who is the current highest ranked employee that we know of that was engaged in viewpoint discrimination against conservatives and libertarians, chiefly stymieing their attempts to establish nonprofit groups that would then be able to speak on generally limited government themes. And she was a career federal government employee and lawyer, and during the Obama administration, she was the head of the office who evaluated those nonprofit applications, and we now know is the person who, or one of the key persons who put their foot on them because of the free speech that she wanted to suppress.
So it was under her watch that all these rather illegal activities occurred. Let's talk a little bit about what she wants now.
Well, just so we're clear, it's not just that they were under her watch, but to the best of our information right now, she was the director of these illegal activities. And the class action lawsuit that Liberty Nation's parent corporation, One Generation Away, was a plaintiff in, was settled last month when the Justice Department admitted their wrongdoing and admitted the wrongdoing out of the IRS's office. And in the course of that litigation, there were many statements given by Ms. Lerner, including depositions and interrogatories, so written statements that she signed and also live statements that were recorded and she was examined by attorneys on. And she wants to keep all that private and make sure that it never sees the light of day. That's her latest petition before the court, is that for eternity the judge seal all that evidence.
Scott, recently there were calls by Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch to prosecute Ms. Lerner. Is there any new news on this? Right now I know she is sitting in Bethesda, Maryland in a comfy home with a government pension. So what is the latest on that?
Well, I'm glad to say that we don't have any news on that front. And the reason why I'm glad is because the Justice Department should not tease indictments before they come down. Unfortunately, that is a common tactic, and it was certainly used liberally by the Obama Holder Justice Department. But it's appropriate to not have any news unless and until that does come down. And I join Mr. Fitton's call for some federal authorities to investigate criminal wrongdoing on behalf of Ms. Lerner and others from Barack Hussein Obama on down the food chain. There was a lot of civil rights that were stomped on by that administration, and there needs to be a reckoning because of it.
One last question, Scott, and that is, what are the chances that she will get her wish and get these records sealed?
Well, Lisa, that's up to the judge in charge of the case. He's a Republican, George W. Bush appointee from Cincinnati, and we'll see what happens. They present their arguments that they believe are compelling in order to seal them, and the other plaintiffs have now weighed in and said we think it's important that they be opened up. So we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll report on it at libertynation.com when the judgment does come down.
Read Scott's fine article on libertynation.com. I'm Lisa Donner, and this is LNTV.